Let's turn now to Rick Steiner, a consultant marine conservationist who's monitored both this bill and that of the Exxon Valdez, which Merrily just invoked. And good evening to you, Rick.
Hi, Keith. How are you?
I want to get to the prospects that Thad Allen mentioned for capping this thing this weekend again. But can you weigh first in on the issue of the dispersants and the toxic exposure that we've been talking about?
Well, it's a real concern. I mean, if they're finding that much, 10 parts per million, which is twice the limit that NIOSH has set for people, and those are pretty outdated exposure limits, by the way, that's a real concern. Plus, you know, BP and all the companies working down there know that there's a more effective, less toxic dispersant available. It's called JD2000, which is much more effective on South Louisiana crude oil and much less toxic than either of the Corexit products they're using. They should have had stockpiles of that ready to go instead of this Corexit product. They knew this long ago. Why they didn't is, I guess, a big question.
Is it perhaps because the Corexit is that company that produces it is tied to BP and to Exxon? Or is that just a guess on my part?
Well, no, that's probably a very good guess on your part. The company Nowco, I mean, Exxon basically developed the product, apparently. They did use some of it here in Alaska, but the dispersant applications here in Alaska were very minimal. They were only tests, and they never did a full-scale application here. So this is a real big deal down in the Gulf.
All right, Rick, let's turn to the capping thing.